Okay, we are live. And Dad is a duck. And let's see, we have Judy tuning in from Roan Mountain, Tennessee.
Oh,
hey,
we're
Judy.
saying is give Pierce a chance.
And she says, happy birthday.
Oh, we are saying is send Pierce some money.
Exactly.
Pierce can buy whiskey and drive his car off the mountain.
Yep.
At any rate.
Yep. Leah Hook says, happy birthday from the Hooks Hively family in Ohio.
Thank you.
And Rick Davidson says,
Ohio.
happy birthday, buddy. Hope to see you again soon, and shalom.
Shalom.
Yeah.
L'chaim. Later on, we're going to do a toast. So.
Yeah, we're going to do a toast later. And Ariel Simpson says, happy birthday, Pierce, and hey, Judy.
Thank you.
Hey, Ariel. And we got Dennis Lovelady says hello. And my dad, as you can see, earlier he had my Brother Rayvon's shirt on, but he has changed into my band t-shirt for the occasion, right. Which I appreciate.
Because you sent me a book and Rayvon didn't send me nothing.
He didn't send you shit. I'm the favorite child of the
He did send me a great Christmas present, though. So.
Did he? What did he give you for Christmas?
It was this really nice kind of house coat, but it's like cashmere or something. It's beautiful.
Interesting.
Yeah,
nice. Did you like that tray thing I sent you?
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what it is, but I'm using it as a sort of as a TV tray, you know.
Cool.
Because I figure doing that while I'm driving might not be a good idea.
Well, I think it's for like parking lots. I don't think it's for like highways.
Right.
But
I usually just sleep.
we got Tomcat tuning in saying hello and happy birthday from Tom and Barbara in Brooklyn.
All right.
Hey, Tom and Barbara. And Ariel cracks me up. She's being very funny. And Dennis says, howdy, Dad, and happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. Is that Dennis Gully?
No, different Dennis.
Oh,
Dennis, Dennis Lovelady.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So cool. So it looks like we got a few people joining us now. Do you want to take it away with the first?
Yeah, I'm going to do a song, do a Mark Hurd song. I did this the other night with Paul Reisler, and it's one Mark wrote, and I think it's appropriate for times we're in. This is called Rise from the Ruins. Ain't nobody asked to be born. Ain't nobody wishes to die. Everybody wants away the interim time. Sworn to rise from the ruins by and by. Well, the engines are drawn in with progress. The pistons are pounding out time. Oh, and it's you and me caught in this juggernaut jaw, sworn to rise from the ruins down the line. We were all like old Chevrolet. Well, the road is something to see. Hang on to the wheel for the highway to hell, need chauffeurs for the powers that be. Go and tell all your friends and relations. Go and say what ain't easy to say. Go and give them some hope that we might rock this boat. Oh, and rise from the ruins one fine day. Never try to carry water in a basket. Never try to carry fire in your hand. Never try to take on the weight of this everyday freight till you find you are too weak to stand. Why so pale and one fun lover? Why watch the downcast and desperately sad. We can walk, we can talk, we ain't yet pillars of song. Oh, we will rise from the ruins when we can. Yeah, we will rise from the ruins when we can. We will rise from the ruins when we can. Oh, we will rise from the ruins when we can. Thank you.
He's already leaning, folks. We haven't even had the birthday toast yet.
No,
it's already happening. Oh, man. That's great,
what
Dad.
What are you going to do, Grace?
Well, I figured I'd do one in a similar vein of, like, kind of picking yourself back up when you're down.
Yeah.
So, this is one I wrote with Megan Burt, my buddy, and she's out in Colorado, or she was out in Colorado at the time. It said I was in tune, but I don't know if I believe it. Let me take a listen. Seems a little sharp. That's better. No, it's not. Okay, sorry. I'm gonna have to tune. Give me a second here, guys. But anyway, I don't know exactly what Megan thinks about when she plays this song, but I think about music, and music has really been the thing that's gotten me through the past year. That and probably alcohol, if I'm honest. There it is. There's the culprit. I'm playing a loner guitar. This is my manager Fabian's guitar, and it's a Martin. Okay, that sounds better. Haven't you seen me? Haven't you heard? Haven't you noticed I'm slurring words, swinging at nothing, shivering cold? Heaven help me like a lightning bolt. Somehow I have to find it in me. 1, 2, 3. Pick me up, carry me on my way. Pick me up until my dying day. Pick me up whenever I fall back down. Pick me back up when I hit the ground. 'Cause you're never fighting pound for pound, but you keep your fists up another round. And I'm gonna take it and ask for more, even down here from the floor. Biding my time and taking my licks. 4, 5, 6. Pick me up, carry me on my way. Pick me up until my dying day. Pick me up whenever I fall back down. Pick me back up when I hit the ground. Hold on, 'cause you have to. Keep on, 'cause you can. Over and over again. Pick me up, carry me on my way. Pick me up until my dying day. Pick me back up when I hit the ground.
Oh, I'm back. Hello.
And we're back
Yes,
with another word from our sponsors.
yeah. Well, you guys are our sponsors.
They are our sponsors. Let's
Thanks
have
to
a
you,
few
we're
words from our
working,
sponsors.
sort of.
We got William Height here who says happy birthday, Pierce. And
Thank you.
Yeah. And Ariel.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
Sorry, go ahead. No, yeah.
I was going to say, I miss seeing everybody's faces, but on the other hand, you can't argue with the drive,
That's true.
The overhead is really
it's a short commute.
way better, I think,
Yeah,
in some ways.
that part is nice. Well, it's going to be weird playing shows and not knowing what everybody's thinking in real time in the chat, like it's going to take some getting used to. William Height says happy birthday. Ariel is enthusiastically clapping. Elizabeth Thomas says happy birthday, Pierce, from Durham, North Carolina.
Ooh,
from
thank you
Betty
very
and
much.
Clark. We love you. And Dennis liked your song. Ariel likes my hair, so.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Nobody
likes my hair.
It's got like milkmaid braids.
Least I
I
have
did that
hair.
just for you. It's for your
Yeah, that's
birthday.
pretty good. I like that.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
You just
You
like
look
a,
like one of those.
like Heidi,
Heidi. Well, I was thinking those buns.
like Princess Leia.
Well, no, they're actually bread.
Like challah bread.
Yes, you look like you have a head full of
Cool. Yes, that
bread.
too. It
bread
does.
head.
Yes, you also braid bread. This is true. Good. Get my bread hair. Judy likes that song, and she helpfully mentioned that it's on my new album and available for pre-order now. I'm
That's
just
right.
reading the comments. That's what I'm doing. And then let's see, Oscarns. I'm not sure who that is. Is that an Oscar in S maybe? Happy birthday, Pierce Pettis. May you see many happy and healthy returns of the day.
Thank you very much. That's very
And
nice.
Ariel says that Joseph wants me to know that he's here and he loves me too. Hi, Joseph. Yay. Okay. Well, I think that's all the comments so far. You guys let us know if there's anything else you want me to. Ariel says, "Holla at your girl."
Okay.
Ain't no holla back, girl. Anyway, so. If you have any more interesting comments to share or requests or questions for my dad about his very interesting life up till this point,
Not that interesting, really.
feel free to ask. And if the answer is boring, he'll make something up that's better. So
If you ask us stupid questions, we'll answer
with stupid answers.
We have plenty of those.
Got them. We got those and
Got them
a
covered.
ton of those. So, Dad, do you wanna take it away there?
Yeah, I'm going to do a couple of songs that really belong. I've been doing them back to back, even though they're separated by at least 25 years. One of them, the first one, is called Chameleon. I wrote this when I was probably around Grace's age. And the second one I wrote just a couple of years ago, and it's called Choices. And I just felt like one is sort of answering the other, if you know what I mean. Anyway. Oh, and I have to say, my friend Velma Fry recorded Chameleon. I have not recorded either of these songs, but Velma recorded Chameleon and did a wonderful job. But anyway. I turned around, saw a chameleon. In my mirror, he saw me. We both saw another chameleon, the chameleon in the mirror and me. I see him mimic my expressions, mocking me right to my face. He looks into my eyes so deeply, we both have to look away. Chameleon changing colors, which one are you going to be? We've got a lot in common, but chameleon in the mirror and me. Chameleon, chameleon, chameleon is just like me, just like me. Between the red reptile in my mirror, and the man they say is me leaves a lot of room to wonder just which one of people see. Well, you might say he's my double. Sometimes I think he's my evil twin. And when I find myself in trouble, it's usually because of him. Chameleon, changing colors. Oh, which one are you going to be? We've got a lot in common, the chameleon in the mirror and me. Chameleon, 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 he's just like me. Chameleon, can you hide me? Sometimes I feel so alone and scared. I've got this fear, it's deep down inside me. Maybe he's not really there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, I am not an accident, a victim or a slave. I am the sum total of the choices I have made. Sometimes for the better, sometimes for the worse. It's a terrible freedom, both a blessing and a curse. There before the grace of God, the times I was not caught. And every time I was, it was more than half my fault. Oh, mercy tips the balance more than fortune can explain. I am the sum total of the choices I have made. There were times I really tried, did my best only to fail. And yet I have known successes that were undeserved as well. And it always seems to balance out, I really can't complain. It's only the sum total of the choices I have made. So blame it all on circumstance or count your lucky stars. When you find the law of averages can only stretch so far. No matter how the dice is thrown or how they fix the game, you are always the sum total of the choices you have made. Oh, I am not an accident, a victim or a slave. I am the sum total of the choices I have made. I am the sum total of the choices I have made.
Are you hearing crackling?
No, I was doing that.
Oh, yeah, that was you.
Applause.
Okay.
I was making applause with my mouth.
That's just the static.
As I always do, because no one else will. It's up to
know?
me. It's down to me. Make my own applause.
This is a good point.
Yes, thanks for pointing that out.
I'm going to read some of the comments here. We got Thomas Martin says he's just tuning in. He says, hello,
suck.
Grace. Hello,
You
Pierce. And happy birthday. And Michael Riley out in Dallas says, happiest day ever, Pierce.
Thank you, man.
He says,
Thank you.
and enjoy. Hey, Grace. Howdy to both of y'all from Dallas. Hugs too. Love you both. And it's my cousin Sarah C, who is tuning in. And Sarah says, it's been a while. It's your cousin. I've actually gotten into writing and composing as of a few months ago. And wanted to know, I think on my mom's side, yeah, Sarah?
Oh, your cousin. Okay.
Yeah. And wanted to know
I
if
got
you...
cousins in Texas, too.
Yeah, I'm trying to, like, I can't see any faces, so...
Okay.
It was a few months ago, and wanted to know if you had any tips, and she misses us as well. So Sarah, congrats on writing. I'm trying to think if I have any tips. I guess my first tip would be just don't throw anything away. Just fill up your notebooks and write it all down, because, like... Oh, from the Michelle side of the family, her brother John. Got it.
Oh, John.
That's Sarah. Hi, Sarah. How are you? John's wife.
Sorry.
Sarah.
By the way, speaking of tips,
Yeah.
there's a tip jar that keeps scrolling by.
Yes, we have lots
That's
of
probably what they meant. She probably meant tips. You
tips.
need
Like,
more tips.
do we have any tips? Like, hopefully we will have some tips at the end of this
more
night.
tips. Yeah.
But we're gonna spend it all on whiskey, so
That's right.
sorry about that. But Sarah, I would say don't throw anything away, because, like, you know, even if you're just starting out, like, those ideas are really fresh and they're meaningful now, and you might be a better writer in a few years, and then you can always go back to those ideas later. And so just don't throw anything away. What do you think, Dad? Any tips for writers starting out?
No.
Come on, man.
I got in big trouble because I told a bunch of people that they should probably focus on getting a real job.
Oh, well,
It made them kind of mad, but I was like,
not
there's
helpful.
really more money in, accordion.
Well, you can always write on receipts. That's what I did for a lot of years.
But
Sarah
no,
is
writing
actually
a great
John's
thing.
daughter. I'm so sorry, Sarah. I haven't seen you since, I think, before you could type on a keyboard, because you were so little that you didn't know how to, like, spell words. So sorry about that.
No, writing is a great thing, and if you're for a young person, it can be like a musical diary. I mean, that's how we usually start out. We put all our angst, our teenage angst, in our songs, and the songs are pretty bad, but it's a good start. But the real hump that you cross as a writer is when you finally get to a point where you're not writing so much about yourself, but about everybody else. But you still write as yourself. I mean, it's filtered through you. But everybody starts out, but it's good. It's a good place to put that angst, which everybody feels at that age. And then later it kind of, matures, I guess.
Yeah, but it's like kind of, I think, even, I always tell this to young writers, is like, you're going to feel things more intensely when you're young than, like, you ever will again. Like, that first heartbreak, nothing ever hurts like that again.
Yeah, write
so, like,
everything down, and
write
then
everything
later
down.
you know what to do with it.
Yeah, because I had some great ideas that I had no idea what to do with or how to use when I was that age. So that would be my advice. Yeah, and I think that's right. Just kind of treat it like a diary, get your angst out. I love that. William Height says, bravo, be happy on your birthday. A wise singer-songwriter recently told me that 60 whatever isn't old for a tree.
Yeah, I think I said that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Claudia.
Let's see what we got. Claudia Weaver says, happy birthday, dear friend. That's Ben Weaver's mom from back home. Hi, Claudia. How you doing? And Jack Neville says, happy birthday, Pierce, from Jack, Pam, and Riley. Hi, Riley. First time we saw Grace was playing with you at Uncle Calvin's in Dallas. Riley says, hi, Grace. Hi, Riley. And hi, Ra. That's our joke. And then Tom says, challenge yourself to write a 6-word memoir. This could be the nucleus of the song, poem, or story. You got a 6-word memoir for us?
A haiku or something.
Think on that. Get back to me.
I'm not going to do that.
You're not going to do that. Cool. All right, moving on. Well, I guess it's my turn. Sorry, Tom.
My sister just texted me right in the middle of the show. Thank you. Anyway.
Oh, good. I believe it's my turn. Okay. Well, this is a good one for birthdays. It's a song about seizing the moment, and I wrote it with my friends Haynes Scott and Nicole Dean. it's our turn now to mess things up and we'll never get it back, never get it back, never get it back. Ooh, never gonna get it back, get it back. Ooh, never gonna get it back, get it back. And they say don't break the glass here unless it's an emergency. But after this past year, don't you think, why shouldn't we, can we all agree it's you and me that make and break the rules? Nothing to prove except to us it's our turn now to mess things up and we'll never get it back, never get it back, never get it back. So try the world on, see if it fits. This moment right now is all that there is. Never get it back, never get it back, never get it back. Ooh, never gonna get it back, get it back. Ooh, never gonna get it back, get it back. We're not bodies that rest at all. We grow and we change till we evolve, and the way things are can only take us so far. Nothing to prove except to us it's our turn now. Mess things up and we'll never get it back, never get it back, never get it back. So try the world on, see if it fits. This moment right now is all that there is. Never get it back, never get it back, never get it back. Ooh, never gonna get it back, get it back. Ooh, ooh, it's our turn now. It's our turn now. Ooh, never gonna get it back, get it back. Woo. See this one. This is sort of like a coming of age song, I guess. I dreamed it one day, and in my dream, my friend Shawnee Kilgore was playing this song, and she wrote this song, and I was like, it's such a good song. And I was so mad in the dream because I hadn't thought of it first. And then I woke up and realized nobody had written it, so I ran downstairs and wrote this song at like 5 in the morning. And Shawnee likes it, so this is a song by Dream Shawnee Kilgore called Paper Boat. Easily unfolded then, gamble on the mercy of the hands I was in, and the whims of the elements. When I was a paper boat, once I was a paper boat. Once I was a paper doll. Me and the girls, we played the game. We were identical. Once I was a paper doll. Once I was a paper chain, pretending to be strong, knowing I was bound to break. Once I was a paper chain. I was so fragile, so easily unfolded, then gambled on the mercy of the hands I was in, and the whims of the elements. When I was a paper boy. Once I was a paper boy. I was so fragile, so easily unfolded, then gambled on the mercy of the hands I was in, and the whims of the elements. When I was a paper boy. Once I was a paper boy.
Those are nice. I like that.
Thank you. I appreciate that. We got lots of comments. I'm gonna read you a couple of them here.
Okay.
We got
Good ones,
let's see, catch up here. So Tom says there's sunset over the trees and the birds are circling. That sounds lovely.
Cool.
Judy keeps pimping my record. Thank you, Judy. David says, so sad to have to leave this party, but I hope it stays up for a bit on Patreon. It definitely will.
Yep.
It'll stay up, and if you have the link, I'll leave up the link so you can go back and watch the whole thing if you missed any of it. Happy birthday, Pierce, and nice party, Grace. See you, David. Thomas says has a wheel and deal tonight to get off from work, but wouldn't have missed two of my favorite people for anything. So sweet.
That's nice.
Thank you, Thomas. Claudia says lovely. Abby says that she can hear Shawnee singing. Doesn't it sound like a Shawnee song? It's so funny to me. And then Judy is once again mentioning my new CD. Thank you, Judy. William says it's nice things about me. Thank you, William. Very sweet. And Dad, your sister, Nancy, my aunt, is watching.
Okay.
And she says she unfortunately missed the first 30 minutes. But don't worry about it because you can watch the whole thing. You can rewind it. Yeah. There's a rewind button. So, and Leah, I forgot to mention you've had a couple of requests for songs. Now, birthday rule is you can do whatever you want. So we'll give you the requests.
I know.
And if you know them and want to play them, then play them. And we're not gonna make you do that.
See if they're on the set list.
Let me go back and see. We got song at the end of the movie.
Ooh.
Absalom.
Oh, that's a good one, man. I haven't done
And
that
then
in a
we've
while.
also got, there was a third one. Let me find it. Let's see. Your father's son.
Okay. Yeah, I've done that one recently. What I do is I'm doing a webcast just about every month now, and it's really cool because what I'm trying to do is cycle through my catalog, which is pretty extensive, and I've covered a lot in the first two, and I'll probably do another one in a couple of weeks, maybe in May. I'm planning to do another one, and I will. I'll try to pull up some. Maybe Absalom might be a good one. And Father Son, I think I did during the first one. So I'm trying to kind of going down the list. And what's cool is I'm finding songs that I haven't even recorded and have forgot, like the two I did a minute ago, you know. And it's been a lot of fun to do that. But there's also songs, you know, that I have recorded but just haven't played live in a while. So it gives me a chance. And I'm playing new stuff, too, brand new songs.
Yeah, so, I know you're writing a bunch.
In fact, I'm about to play a brand new one right now.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
Well, first of all, I want to thank, this song makes me think of Chris and his mom. It's called Diego, and I said it because, first of all, I want to wish everybody a happy Cinco de Mayo, which is coming up. You know, so we've already passed St. Patrick's Day, and that's where everybody gets drunk and pretends to be Irish, you know, and Cinco de Mayo is everybody gets drunk and pretends to be Mexican, so it's kind of cool, and any excuse really. But at any rate, Chris's mom, that's Grace's mother-in-law, was kind enough to take a verse, because I had this crazy idea I was going to do one of the verses in Spanish, so she translated it for me. And after she went to all that trouble, it occurred to me that I cannot actually pronounce those words, so I had to leave it out, and I apologize for that. But at any rate, let me do this song for you guys. This is just called Diego. So. If I could do anything for you, I'd do that for you, Diego. If I could make any dream come true, I'd dream that dream for you, Diego. We walk for days from Catalonia, the Pilgrim Way to Arizona, and El Norte. Rise while the air is fresh and cool, wash and dress for school, Diego. So you won't have to do the work I do, cleaning houses, sorting fruit, Diego. A chambermaid for wealthy gringos, you'll be someday an umbrerico. I always pray the saints to guide you in El Norte. A chambermaid for wealthy gringos, you'll be someday an umbrerico. I always pray the saints to guide you in El Norte. May happiness find you. If I could do anything for you, I'd do that for you, Grace. No one can hear you. There you go.
Sorry.
She's back.
I was just saying I really love that one.
Thank you.
So
Well,
pretty.
you helped a little bit. You kept me from getting sued by ABBA, but we don't need to go into that.
You're welcome.
And please tell Chris's mom I'm really, really sorry.
It makes me want to like learn the Spanish version,
Yeah, it's probably better than the English version. I used to write with Robert Vega, who grew up down in El Paso, and it's like half his family's on the the U.S. side, and the other half's on the Mexican side.
Yeah.
And so Robert was great to write with because he was a songwriter. He started at the Brill Building, actually in New York, which is a famous publishing house. And then he ended up in Nashville working at Polygram, where I was. So we'd write together. And it was cool because he wrote songs in both Spanish and English. I mean, he had it totally covered. So he would pitch songs to, Ricky, what's his name?
Martin.
Ricky Martin. Yeah, I don't know. What do I know? But he was telling me, he said the difference is when you write in English, you write in subtlety. Everything is an understatement. And, you sort of, and he says, but when you write in Spanish, it's the opposite. You have to, it's overstatement. So like in English, you'd say, oh, she broke my heart, but I'll get over it. I'll be okay, If you wrote that in Spanish, it would be, she broke my heart. I'm going to smash her picture and take the shards of glass and slash my wrist. I mean, it's like, way over the top.
Very dramatic.
But that was really cool. We wrote that. He co-wrote Veracruz with me.
I was going to say, yeah, I recognize that name.
A bunch of songs most people have not heard. I need to pull those out.
Veracruz is a great song.
We have several, and I've never recorded them, and I should. He was so much fun to write with. I hope he's watching. If you're watching, Robert, hello.
Well, hearing you talk about overstatement and stuff, that really rings true to me. To me, it reminds me of like the classic like mariachi stuff. Reminds me of like country songs. Because you sing it the same way. I sang in a mariachi band for a couple years, whatever, maybe just one. It was 1 year in college, and that was one of the things I loved about it. Is like because the kind of the folk singer is very like breathy and it's subtle and pretty and stuff. And like as a woman like singing mariachi, like you sing to the back of the room, just like you're Loretta Lynn or somebody. I mean, it's like it's very like it's not subtle. It's blunt and it's strong and it's like face. Emotive and like it's passionate and like I really love that. I mean, it's. Yeah, so anyway, that's what like, Bésame Mucho and like Los Lareles and El Rey,
I have no idea what she's saying, folks.
Other song titles.
I think she just said, please massage my grandmother.
That's
probably what,
Yeah, mi abuelita. So William says that the guitar that you just played was beautiful too.
Oh, thank you.
Do you want to tell them about that guitar? I know last time we had a lot of questions about
well,
guitars.
It's a Loudon that's handmade in Ireland. And I will tell you, years ago, I had a friend, and he no longer works for Loudon, but at the time he was sort of their rep in the U.S., and he was friends with Gordon Kennedy. And Gordon is he's Jerry Kennedy's son. I don't know if you know. And Gordon's a pretty well-known songwriter, and he was a friend of mine. We were writing stuff together. And Gordon was playing these beautiful guitars, and so Gordon hooked me up with this fellow, and it was a wonderful guy. But at any rate, he loaned me a guitar to use on an album I was making at the time. In fact, it was State of Grace. That was the album, which was 20 years ago, believe it or not. He loaned me this beautiful Loudon guitar. And then, and when I was, I guess I'm going to say this to a lot of people. I'm not supposed to say this, but when the session was over, I said, well, where do I send this? And he says, oh, keep it. And this is a guitar I could never have afforded. I mean, these things cost as much as my car, And it was just so kind of them to do. But apparently he'd played some of my stuff for George Loudon, and they liked it. And they said, let him have it, And later I got to be friends with Avalon, which is Loudon split off into two. It's a long story. But anyway, so this was handmade, and it's my favorite guitar. It's the guitar I waited my whole life for, And it literally changed the way I play. It has a neck that's wide and thin, kind of like a Martin. And before that, I was playing Ovations and things, and they have kind of a rounder neck, more like a Gibson kind of neck. So this forced me to be more accurate, in my playing.
Hey, Dad, I'm so sorry to interrupt. I'm gonna let you keep talking.
Too much, sorry.
No. I'm actually gonna ask you to talk a little more or play another song because I'm getting a couple comments that there's one of the links posted somewhere is wrong. I think I've seen a couple comments saying something to that effect. And I'm just wondering like where it's wrong. Is it wrong on a website, on a social media post or something? So because there's a couple of people that comment that they had trouble getting here. If you guys could just tell me in the comment, like Paula, Gilbert, I think, and I think maybe Aunt Nancy and Aunt Gigi and
well, there's a possibility that you may have typed it in wrong too. You might want to double check.
Well, I think they're saying it was for an old Patreon thing from like last December or something. So just tell me where you saw it so I can go online and fix it if it's somewhere wrong. If you tell me that in the comments. And meanwhile, Dad, if you wouldn't mind playing an extra song just so I can sort that out.
Extra song? I have no idea what to do.
Or you could take one from later and bring it up. Your choice. Dealer's choice.
What to do?
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. I'll do one. I'll do another song I have not recorded. And a couple of years ago, I was in some financial difficulties, and I thought I was going to have to move out of my house, And so I wrote this in preparation for that. I kind of had to get over the fact, I thought I had to get settled in my mind that, okay, now it's somebody else's turn to have this beautiful place, And because there's a lot of memories, here. By the way, I'm speaking to you live from Mentone, Alabama, high atop Lookout Mountain. We're up in the corner near Tennessee and Georgia. Grace, of course, is in Austin. And by the way, I want to give a big shout out to Abby, who is our sound person, our sound lady up in Boston. Some of you may have seen Abby. She does sound at Passim. And of course, she and Grace probably right now are scrambling, trying to figure out what's wrong with the internet. But at any rate, I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, so I wrote this song fully expecting to lose my home, and I just wanted to put a nice spin on it. And then later, through some wonderful, miraculous things, I got to keep my home. So I got a good song out of that. Anyway, it's called Farewell to My Mountain Home. Farewell to my mountain. Let me get my voice together. Y'all, excuse me. You don't mind, do you? I'm just going to... Hey, 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 farewell to my mountain home. Farewell to everything I've known. My father lies in a lonely grave, and my brain stopped. I'm sorry, I got to start over. Okay. Farewell to my mountain home. Farewell to everything I've known. My father lies in a lonely grave, and the wicked bear it all away. Turn my face to the chilly wind. Won't be looking back again. Try to just forgive it all, not turn bitter as a pillar of salt. Farewell to the mossy rock, the old coyote and the little red fox. He ate my chickens one by one, ran away with the rising sun. Farewell to the cooling breeze, coming up through the scrub pine trees. Faithful as the truest friend, I never thought those days would end. The blackberry thicket where the hoot owl calls, tree frog chorus left and right, keeping me up on summer nights. Farewell to the sky of gold, the tiger lilies and the gravel road, lightning bugs flashing in the woods. I'd stay forever if I could.
Hey, I'm gonna need just another minute. I'm so sorry. I'm sorting this out. Sorry. Help me out.
Okay, I don't know what to do now. Well, you were going to play 3 songs, and then I was going to play 3 songs. We could just reverse that.
Let's do that. Yeah, I need a few more minutes to send everybody this link and
That
make sure
makes
they
sense.
can get
Let's
here.
do that. Yeah. And actually, you'll play 4 songs, looks like, because you're going to, well, maybe not. Okay, we'll reverse that from our little program. All right. Well, if you guys are getting tired of me, don't worry. Grace will be back. Oh, I got the wrong guitar. I am getting older. I can tell. Let's see. My brain doesn't work anymore. It never did. All right, I'll put this in. There we go. This is a baritone, and I got this from my friend Jack Deering up in Cleveland, Ohio, or near Cleveland. I was up at Jack's house a couple of years ago. Actually, it was around my birthday, and Jack has all these guitars in his living room, and this is a baritone, right? So that means it's pitched lower. It's between kind of halfway between a bass guitar and a regular guitar. But at any rate, Jack said he never played it, and I couldn't stop playing it. I was just in love with it. So finally I was like, Jack, sell me that guitar. And it's just it's a really kind of a piece of crap. It's made in China, and it's probably made out of plywood. But it just sounds great, Sometimes you find these guitars. I remember Mark Hurd had this wonderful arch top that was literally like a Roy Rogers guitar or something he bought in a pawn shop, but it sounded incredible. Sometimes you find these things, But anyway, so I'll do you a few songs on this one. And this first one is one I wrote for Michelle. I wrote this, by the way, with Fred Kohler. Let's see. It's called Love Will Always Find a Way. Can't stop a river, don't even try, it'll carry you away. Caught in the current, sweeping you along, running deeper every day. Oh, my love, look at you. I love you more than I can say. Now I know that it's true. Love will always find a way. Hello and goodbye, divided by a line down the middle of the road. But the same road that takes you so far away, it can bring you back home. Oh, my love, if I go, it will never be to stay. I will come back, I know. Love will always find a way. Cannot escape the fact that I have made some trouble for myself. Trouble so deep, but the water was sweet by the river where I knelt. love wash me clean like a sidewalk in the rain. Take my arm, walk with me. Love will always find a way. Love will always find a way. Love will always find a way. All right, time to drink more water. Yeah, well, I've knocked that one out. Get another one. There we go. Always carry extra water. You know, I read somewhere that I'm like 98% water, I think. Is that right? So I'm just making more of me. Oh, yeah. Any rate, this next song I did not write. It was written by Michael Murphy, or Michael Martin Murphy. Acquired a middle name at some point. But Michael was an old Austin songwriter. So I'll play this for Grace and also for all of Grace's friends out in Austin. This is a song Michael Murphy wrote about leaving Austin. I'm tired of drinking your muddy water, baby, sleeping in your hollow log. I'm gonna take up with a stranger, get myself a fast-moving dog. So goodbye, you empty closets, and my true love of 7 years. I'm on a southwestern pilgrimage to be a frontier solitaire. And goodbye, you auctioneers, and you guillotine racketeers. I'm just looking for a holy man out here on the old frontier. I'm gonna take along a lady who ain't never seen a mountain before. I'm on a southwestern pilgrimage with a rat race won't run me down no more. Well, I should have been a gypsy all along, and I know that now. Yeah, but I got slowed down, let a city woman drag me down. And the contracts and the circus acts make it so I can't relax no more. Yeah, but my stomach never hurts me much when I'm sleeping on the floor. Oh, that old buzz is flying all around my same old Texas sky. And I take that for a sign that it's time to either lay me down or fly. So it's out of my house and it's into my truck and clothes. I'm on a southwestern pilgrimage where the wheel stops and nobody knows. I'm on a southwestern pilgrimage where the wheel stops, nobody knows. friend Michael Rockland turned me on to that.
I figured that out. That was a stressful 10 minutes. But basically what happened is the confirmation page was correct and had the right link, but the confirmation email had the wrong link.
Well, who did that?
It was
Probably
my fault.
me. Probably
You know,
me.
it's just
I blame
it just
myself.
takes one. No, it was totally on me. It's totally my fault.
I did.
It's just there's so many little things like that, and I feel like it just takes one mistake and
That's
something
right.
like that happens. I'll be so ready to just leave the ticketing and show putting on to the
I'm going to keep
professionals.
doing this. I'm going to do both. I kind of like this.
I'll
It's
keep doing
fun.
it, but I'm going to
I'll tell you what
outsource.
I like.
I'm going to hire people to help.
You were doing this long before we had COVID. You were doing this songs from your couch or whatever, and I kind of like that because it's. I feel like it's a little more intimate, and I feel like
Yeah.
I can share things with people that normally I wouldn't get to play live. You know, because when you play live, you got to plan your set. You got to you got to work with the sound man, do all this stuff. But here, I'm just sitting in my studio, and you are too, my office studio, whatever you want to call it. My loft/office/studio.
Your loft, sis.
My loftus. But, and so, you're in my home, so welcome, by the way. And I kind of like that, so I'll probably do both, And also, what else is cool?
I don't know. I don't mind the format. I just don't want to be the one putting on the show anymore. I think this is part of why we've hired Abby behind the scenes tonight to help with seamless transitions. So Grace doesn't have to be doing all the things. Because when Grace tries to do all the things, Grace only does 90% of the things, and it's not a good look. So, sorry for any of you guys who were victims to that tonight. I apologize.
We're sorry.
We're so sorry. Thank you for trying to find us anyway, and thanks for getting here. Thanks for all the birthday wishes from my dad.
I'm sorry,
We got a
it's
few
my
more of those
birthday.
coming in. You got let's see. We've got Jay Angst says happy birthday. I didn't know they had dinosaurs.
I think Drew McEwen, his birthday is today too.
Is it really?
Drew? Yeah.
And he said he didn't know they had dinosaurs in Alabama.
Oh, very funny. That would be me, I guess.
And then he said Mission Control put Pierce back up on the moon.
Thank you.
And Abby,
Ground beef control.
our wonderful Abby says happy birthday from Matt Smith, who runs Passing.
Matt. Hey, Matt. I want to tell you, Boston is my all-time favorite American city. I am not kidding. I love Boston. I love Cambridge. And every time I go there, the weather's nice. It's weird, which is why you guys should have me back more often. It's true. It follows me around,
Is it nice there now? I
don't know, but probably not. 'cause
Abby's
I'm
nodding.
Not there.
Okay. Yeah, apparently
But
it is.
I love Boston. Boston is just. I finally got Boston. One of the first few times I went there, I was this kid from the South, and I thought, everybody's so mean, And then I figured it out. No, they're not mean. They're funny. It's just, they've got this weird curmudgeon sense of humor that's like the greatest ever, and I love it now. But it took me a while to figure it out, But anyway, hello Boston. How you doing?
Hello Boston. Hello Cambridge.
Hello Matt. Matt's a great guy, man.
Well, I think it's my turn to play something. It's been a minute
Yeah,
here.
you gotta do 3 songs now.
Yeah,
at
I
least.
suppose so. I better get going here.
You do
on the
3,
clock.
and then I do. I skipped that one, so I can skip right next to my next one after your 3. Yeah,
Cool.
it's all working out.
I think we're ready.
It's okay. I'm gonna get.
He's doing that inner monologue. He forgot the mic was still on. Oh, I'm just kidding. I know I've been afraid that my inner monologue is gonna come out a little too much when I re-enter society. I've had a lot of alone time with myself in my own head. I know everybody has. And this is a song I wrote with my friend Gary Nicholson, and it's kind of about that. It's sort of a good song for pandemic and lockdowns, and hopefully we'll be done with all that soon. But I think one thing that I learned in 2020 was I want to really like myself. You know what I mean? Because at some point in time, you can't be distracted by other people and traveling around and applause at the end of the night, and it's just you in your own head, and you better like the person there. So anyway, that's kind of what this song is about. Don't we all want to know where we go when we die? Is it just dust to dust or a home in the sky? Does it make a difference how we live our lives? Doesn't matter. Can anybody say, is there a way to do it right? Do we live for tomorrow or just make it through the night? When do we surrender? When do we fight for something better? When nobody's listening, what do you wanna say? What thoughts are you thinking in the quiet of the day? And who do you wanna be when nobody's watching? 'Cause it's hard to see clear through the fear in our hearts. Isn't it how we live in spite of it that shows us who we are? The choices that we make, stumbling in the dark for the light switch. When nobody's listening, what do you wanna say? What thoughts are you thinking in the quiet of the day? And who do you wanna be when nobody's watching? As if there's nobody up there looking down on us all, and no one to tell us if no one to judge us if we fly or if we fall, then who do you want to be when nobody's watching? Who do you want to be when nobody's watching? Thanks. I got a question about this song and whether or not it's on my new CD. It is not, and that is because, well, one of the reasons, I have a lot of songs for one thing, but another reason is that every credit on my new CD is female or non-binary. So everybody from the co-writers to the engineer to the drummer to the producer, just on down, graphic design, everybody. And I did it because I can't think of a record where that's true. And neither can you, and so that's why it needed to be done. So that song is not on my latest record, but I do hope to record it one day because I like it. I think it's a good one. And Gary Nicholson is one of my favorite songwriters. The guy I wrote it with, he's a friend now. And yeah, so one day. But in the meantime, here's a song that is on my new record. This is one called Oklahoma, and I wrote this for my friend Rachel Reese, who's another co-writer friend of mine. Designer jeans, sunglasses, your Oklahoma breezing in, got your makeup on and what passes for a never known trouble grin. No one would ever know, you don't tell them so.
It's been a fight just to keep on moving, proving the bad hands wrong. It's been tooth and nail for any good thing, throwing back every punch life throws you. Oklahoma, Oklahoma, things that the nice folks don't speak of. When blood was thicker than tears, rolling into the reunion like a thundercloud, just to show 'em that you're still here. And now you're headed out for higher ground. Yeah, you're pushing 80, blowing town. Your life's been a lifetime movie. Your life's been a country song. It's been a fight just to keep on moving, proving the bad hands wrong. It's been tooth and nail for any good thing, throwing back every punch life throws you. Oklahoma, 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 born and bred, ready to run. Oklahoma, and everyone said, forgot where she came from. You never will you? Oklahoma, Oklahoma, Oklahoma.
I'll play another new one from the record. Well, it's not new actually, but it's kind of new because it's totally different on the record than the way that I've been playing it for years, and that's for a number of reasons. The first one being my producer Mary Bragg. I don't know if you guys know Mary Bragg, but she's the best at everything, and she totally reimagined this song as like a southern rock song. It was a ballad. It's a ballad when I play it solo. And the other thing that completely changed it was that the Indigo Girls sang on it. And they like invented a call and response part that wasn't there in the chorus. And it completely changed the whole song. So I'm really excited for you guys to hear it when it comes out. But here's kind of my little stripped down acoustic version. And this is a song that I wrote for one of my best friends from high school, Landon Beatty, who now lives in California and is doing great. And we are friends again, partially because of this song. I mean, we never were not friends, but we sort of drifted apart. And part of that was he came out right after high school. He's gay. And at the time, he really just needed like a friend to, I don't know, tell him, you know, I love you and I'm listening and I'm here for you and I'm in your corner. And he didn't get that from me. And, you know, that list of like people that you tell when you're 18 that you're gay, that you've been gay your whole life and you were afraid to tell anybody, you know, that's a short list. And those are people that you trust. Those are people that you know, who know you. And I let him down in that moment. And it took me a lot of years of just kind of, you know, I think I just said some kind of canned response at the time that like I didn't even really believe, because I had never bothered to think about it because I never had to. And it took me a lot of years of praying and reading the Bible and wrestling with this, and I just felt my conscience just like tugging at me. So I wrote this song, and I wrote it not intending for anybody to ever hear it. It was just something that I wrote for him because music was a way that I could apologize better than an email, you know. And so I took a lot of years, and I just, you know, it felt important to get it right. So I wrote it and rewrote it, and I sent it to him, and I said, I don't need anyone else to hear this. Like, this is for you. But he really loved the song, and so he wanted me to start playing it out. So I started playing it out, and it's been very cathartic and healing, It's just a positive thing. I'm really grateful for this song and everything that it's kind of brought. It's one that I'm probably the most proud of out of all the songs I've written. I feel like it's done a lot of good in the world, started a lot of good conversations. So I feel like there's a lot of, we're just sitting on an ocean of hurt, people of my generation. And I guess what I would say is if you're wrestling with that, if there's someone in your family that's gay and you're trying to figure that out, start by just loving really generously. Like, don't put any limits on your love. Just decide you're gonna love somebody. So I'll just start there and see what happens.
From the day we met, I was never the same. You were the mascot at the football game. Big brown eyes in a wildcat suit, hugging your knees outside the classroom. Favorite child of a single mother, love you more than a boyfriend, more than a brother. The way you drove yourself to church every Sunday. We swore we'd make it out of this town one day. And I called you a sinner. Ain't no sin bigger, and there ain't one damn thing wrong with you. As far as I can tell, no, there ain't no hell much worse than the one I put you through. I knew nothing about love. Landon, well, you carried your cards close to your vest, and you buried your heart inside your chest, and you hid it from the ones that loved you best, 'cause you knew none of us could pass that test. And then I called you a sinner. Ain't no sin bigger, and there ain't one damn thing wrong with you. As far as I can tell, no, there ain't no hell much worse than the one we put you through. What were we so afraid of? Landon was afraid of that word, afraid of all I'd heard, afraid of that phone call. I was afraid I never knew you at all. So I called you a sinner. Ain't no sin bigger, and there ain't one damn thing wrong with you. I know I can make amends, but believe me, I'm still your friend. I know I owe you the truth. I miss you so much, Landon. From the day we met, I was never the same.
Cool. Let's bring the birthday boy back. Hey, birthday boy. Well, you guys, you may have noticed. Abby, would you scroll that tip jar there at the bottom, my dear? Thank you very much. I know we veered off the script for the evening tonight, but it is now time to hawk the tip jar, and just remind people that even virtually, you can still give us your money, and we will gladly accept it, and we will turn that money, we'll liquidate it, and turn it into Jameson for the birthday boy.
And if any of you guys are dyslexic, it's not a spit jar.
No,
It's
no,
a
it's
tip
not.
jar.
It's a tip jar. Yeah.
That's right.
So be sure to not spit in it and just put your money in it, and we'll turn that into Jameson for the birthday boy. And thank you so much for sticking around. Woo! Sorry guys, I'm like totally thrown off by everything going on today. But I did want to mention a few things about that my dad has going on. First and foremost, you're doing more webcasts. Where can people find out about your next webcast?
Well, the easiest way is go to my website and sign up, and I will send you an email newsletter every month that tells you everything I'm doing, and you can unsubscribe anytime. It has a button for that. And that's probably the easiest way, or go to the website and look at my calendar. Trying to think. Usually I do these on YouTube. I thought about doing them on Facebook, but YouTube just seems easier at this point, so I'll probably do them on those. But that's usually the best way to find.
Cool.
I'm shaking.
Cool.
Sorry.
And what about your CDs? What's the best
My
place where you get
CDs
the most
are-
money?
Okay. Well, for those of us who still remember what CDs are, you can order those from Compass Records or from my website. And I am going to be setting up an online store soon, which means I get to keep the money, which is kind of cool. And I might even sell T-shirts and ashtrays and, Pierce Pettis autographed sponges and God knows what else. But at any rate, not going to say that.
I need one of
can't
those, for
tell
sure.
out here. But at any rate, I'll be doing that pretty soon. But meanwhile, you can buy them from Compass or from me. And if you're more digitally inclined, you can always download my music from iTunes, Amazon, pretty much whatever, anybody that lets you download things.
Any of those
And,
fine purveyors of
Yeah,
digital
what's cool is you can
tunes.
find the songs you actually like, and you don't have to buy all the crappy songs, just the good ones, and then the rest of them, that
Just
little
the good ones.
B-sides, you can just say, forget that,
That
make
is
your own
novel.
album.
That's
You
good.
can make your own
You can
album.
make your own album. Yeah.
Or you could buy all the albums and mash them all together and then do a big old album.
Like a big old gross musical sandwich.
That's right.
Well, and they can sign up for your mailing list
And they
on
can
your
sign
website.
up for my mailing list.
And
Right.
you're going to be, let's see, you're doing your next webcast in May, and you're looking for live dates,
I am.
live
I'm-
gigs
yes,
as we call them in the biz.
I'm looking for live dates in June, really up the East Coast from Georgia to Maryland, pretty much, if I can squeeze those in. We'll
So if
see.
you're in that swath of states, you should reach out because he does a lot of shows in like backyards and stuff. So
Yeah, I do. I'll play anywhere. I'll mow your lawn.
he'll mow your lawn for you. Yeah,
I'll
hit him up.
play for food. And great.
And you're going to be in
And
California in July
I'm supposed
and
to be.
Texas
Now,
in August.
We're waiting, of course, to see if California is going to open up again. But
Yep.
supposedly, I'm at the California Coast Music Camp for a week in the middle of July, and I'm looking for dates on either side of that. And house concerts would be great. And the music camp is a little north of San Francisco, so probably something more around the Bay Area, though frankly I'll go pretty much anywhere. And in August I've got a tour going in Texas, and I already have a few dates down for that one, and would love to do some house concerts or whatever in August when Texas is so freaking hot you cannot possibly believe it.
Yeah,
But my music will cool you right off.
that's right. And if not, just we'll bring the fan club, which is
So
a
actually,
bunch of
Texas
fans.
has great ways of cooling off. Y'all who are not familiar with Texas, Texas invented a thing called the ice house. And the ice house is basically a garage with doors, and they open it up and let the air blow through, and you always have a great big huge trough, literally, full of beer. And a jukebox with lots of Elvis and Hank Williams or whatever.
And when I play outside
and-
in the
and-
heat, I
and
always
horseshoes,
bring
of
actual
course.
fans, and
Yeah.
I line them up like around me, and I just have them like blowing at me the entire
well.
time. And that always.
I used to play Green Hall, which
Yeah.
is down in
I played there recently.
yeah, near New Braunfels, and
It's in Green,
in
Texas.
fact, I played it with David Webb. Hi, Dave. If you're watching this, David Webb's my old friend. We played there many, many years ago, and the fans were louder than we were.
Yep.
Because the fans, they had these like aircraft
Which
carriers.
fans? Like the fans or the
Giant
drunk
fans they have in there. And I mean, we had 4 Bose speakers stacked, you know,
Yeah,
and that was not loud enough. Usually that'd blow you
right.
away. Those fans were like, you know, and but we had fun. It didn't matter.
And then those other
Everybody was-
fans were like, "Play Willie Nelson."
No, they never did that to me. Never. They were wonderful.
They just want to
loved-
dance there. That's all
I
they want
had
to do.
wonderful times at Green Hall, and my old friend Hal Catchum, who's passed away now. Hal used to play in the wintertime. We would play in the front part, you know, in the bar, because they'd close the dance hall because it's too cold, you know. And but we would play there on Sundays, and we had the best time, you know. And Mickey Merkins and Brian Wood and Paula, of course. I know you're.
So there's, I don't know if you know this, Dad, but there's actually a picture of you on the wall at Green
I know
Hall.
it's a horrible picture.
I think I texted it to you, and it's like from back in the '80s, and you have like a mullet and like a rat tail,
God,
and
I
like you
know,
look
it's
real
awful.
sketchy.
But, man,
sketch.
all the good people, you know, Darden Smith and Eric Taylor's also passed away, and wonderful people. Man, I've had good times in Texas.
Jimmy LaFave, you've asked me to open
Jimmy,
for him at
God
Green
bless him.
Hall.
By the way, that Oklahoma song's a great song. Tell your pubs, tell BMG to get off their butts and pitch that to Garth Brooks. That's a great song. for
Why
them.
not Miranda Lambert?
Because Garth will pay for your house. That's why.
I think Miranda
You
would
know,
do.
that would be the reason. I would
Anyway,
think. And he
but-
loves Oklahoma. That's a perfect song for him.
Yeah. Well, speaking of the LaFaves, I wrote that for Rachel Reese, who is Jesse's wife, and she's one of my best friends. But Jesse is
yeah.
Jimmy's nephew, so it was
Yeah, I know.
yeah,
Jesse
kinda
helped me
connection
out on
there.
my album.
You remember Jesse? Yeah.
I do.
Yeah.
Good
So,
boy. Good
anywho,
old boy.
well, I don't know whose turn it is because
It's
we
my
messed
turn, so shut up.
up. Okay. All right. Get rid of me.
Well, this is a song I wrote actually about Grace, and I know when Grace was about 14, this probably embarrassed her to death, but anyway, I didn't do it. Now she's gotten over it, I guess. Let's see. I love the intro, so I'm going to do it again. First bike, pigtails fly, and petals whirl. Careful, there she goes, my little girl. School bus, bye bye, Dad, and hello world. Fragile, handle with care, my little girl. First dance, junior high, round and round she twirls. Careful whose hand you hold, my little girl. World of wonder, wonder why you're turning so fast. These moments won't last. One by one they come, they're gone. No wonder I try to hold on. lace, a string of pearls. Young man, don't forget she's my little girl. Careful, there she goes, my little girl. There you go.
So sweet. I haven't heard that one in a while. It's been a minute. I gotta also just say, because we've got somebody watching, Leah Hooks, who lost her dad recently, and he was a big fan of your music, Dad.
Oh.
And so that song's special for her, and because her dad loved that song. And
My little girl? Oh.
so Leah, thinking about you, thinking about your dad, and
I had trouble getting through that song for a long time. We get choked up.
aw, that's cute. Well, is it my turn? I don't even know.
And then, I played at Eddie's and you'd be in the audience turning red,
Yeah. Well, I was like 13 or something when you wrote that. It's not a good age.
No. Yeah, that's when you loved John Mayer,
I was in love
who
with John
will
Mayer.
not admit he's from Alabama, and that ticks me off, but
Yeah,
whatever.
it's annoying. I saw him. I don't love him now, obviously. But,
He's
I
a
still love his
brilliant
music.
player.
He's a great
great guitar player. He went to Berkeley. And he was
He was amazing. Well,
of course,
Dad,
he dropped out, but still.
I saw him at Eddie's.
I know you did when he was like 16 or something.
When I was like a child. I think I was like 12 or something, and
he's a great player.
It was my
I will
first
not
date
ever knock his
with an 8th grader.
Mm-hmm.
But and like Mom, you and Mom let me go, but then Mom made all the bartenders at Eddie's like keep an eye on me, so they let us go to Eddie's so that they could watch.
So Eddie wouldn't lose his license, right? He probably could have.
Well, no, just to make, because it was my first date, like we
Eddie is Eddie Owen. I love Eddie Owen. You talk about a great, good friend. That's Eddie. And
I'm playing at the Red Clay in June.
oh, good. Yeah, that's Eddie's new place for you folks.
That's right, in Duluth.
It's beautiful. The first band that played when he opened that joint. The first band that came and played was Drive-By Truckers.
That's awesome.
From Muscle Shows, because they're all buddies and they love Eddie
That's
too.
great.
Everybody loves
Who doesn't
Eddie
love
Owen.
Eddie?
Can't not love Eddie Owen. Every time I go there, though, it's like we always end up hanging out in his office drinking that designer bourbon he has,
Scotch and
smoking cigars.
Yeah, cigars. And,
It's awesome.
I know.
Eddie's a good man.
He's a good guy. He is. And he always has a fridge full of beer for musicians,
He
which
does.
I respect that
I respect that very much.
club host. Anyway, all right, cool. Well, I figured I would do a new song just cause, and I was thinking about what it was like to be a little girl, and when I wrote this song, and when I was a little kid, I had a disease called juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. So I had like a lot of chronic pain for a lot of years in my childhood, and it kind of miraculously went away, which is a whole other story. But anyway, I haven't ever written about it, and recently I was kind of thinking about the fact that I loved horses. Like, I was obsessed with horses when I was a kid, and I was like, what is it about horses? Because there's a thing, I don't know if you know this, but if you have a little girl or a granddaughter, like, if there's a little girl in your life, like, horses are a thing with girls, and whether it's My Little Pony or whatever, there's something about girls and horses. And anyway, so I was thinking on that, and I wrote this song. So this is a brand new one, and it's called Horses. I was once a little girl too, so I know how it feels to be small, standing in your Easter dress, trying not to make a mess. And yes, I loved my teddy bears and dolls, but there was one thing I loved most of all: horses, beautiful horses, gentle, long, pretty men.
That's why little girls love horses. You see, I had this disease that made my whole body hurt. So no cartwheels, no climbing trees for me. But I had my mother's piano. I could make a big old noise. I had horses running through my dreams. And when I drew them, sometimes I gave them wings. Horses, beautiful, horses, gentle, long, pretty manes, shining in the sun. Horses, powerful, horses, all muscle, horses, free when they run. That's why little girls love. And that's why little girls love. 'Cause to the world you may be just a little thing, but to yourself you are big as the world. And something in a horse's eyes is just the same as a little girl's. Horses, beautiful horses, gentle, long, pretty manes, shining in the sun. Horses, powerful horses, all muscle, horses, free when they run. That's why little girls love. That's why little girls love horses.
Yeah, I like horses too, Grace. Actually, I love horses. They're like big friendly dogs that
That's
you
right,
can
yeah.
ride.
Yeah.
You know, you can't
pretty
ride
good
dogs,
combination.
most of them. But yeah, I remember I have a friend out in Colorado near Pagosa, has a ranch, and took Owen out there when Owen was about 12. Owen's Grace's youngest brother. And we put him on this Mustang, and he like whipped that thing with his hat and just took off. Like, it was total natural, man. It was awesome.
How old was he?
About 12.
Wow.
Yeah, and he wanted to race, so we had to race him, you know.
He's so tall now.
I know. He just went to the prom. You should see
That's
his
insane.
pictures.
He
I
went to the
know. He looks
prom.
good. He looks good.
He's
He's tall.
taller.
He was taller than me when he was 14.
I know.
It's crazy.
It's
you know?
crazy.
But he's doing
I
good.
remember
But
when he was a baby, and they do that thing where like they measure their leg or their arm or something, and it like tells you
Yeah.
how tall they're gonna be, and we were like,
I said,
no.
This is going to be a freak.
Yeah, he's
This is going to be a circus
and he
freak.
is that tall. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
But at any rate, I want to do you a song I wrote with my friend Eric Fedor down in Birmingham, Alabama. And I like to dedicate this to the memory of Reverend Howard Fenster, but also the memory of my friend Hollis Gentry, who was just the coolest guy. And, well, he was more than that. At any rate, this is called I've Got a Hope. Man is born to trouble all the days of his life. As the sparks fly upward from bonfires at night, they fill up the heavens with pinpoints of light. I've got a hope. I've got a hope. I've got a hope that is not in this world. Time it is turning like a plow in the field. The roots shakes up the earth, and what's hidden is revealed. Sowing the future while the past it is sealed. I've got a hope. I've got a hope. I've got a hope that is not in this world. Half of the battle is only with myself, while the other half, well, that's something I can't help. Lest I should stumble, I try not to forget that every hair is numbered, every footstep, every breath. And this life that I'm living, it will not end in death. I've got a hope. I've got a hope. I've got a hope that is not in this world. I've got a hope that is not in this world. Great sister. Thank you, audience of one.
Well, there's other people watching, and Claudia Weaver said Hollis was lives like a brother to me too, and she misses him too.
Hollis is, I think, the smartest man I ever knew, by far.
When the apple didn't fall far from the tree.
I knew a lot of
Elizabeth.
professors and supposedly intelligent people. Hollis was, and he was self-taught. He was, like Mark Twain had a great quote. He said, I had a little bit of schooling, but I never let it interfere with my education. And that was Hollis. He was incredibly well-read. He was, he could do anything. I mean, he was smart on both. He was one of these rare people who was a dual brain. You know, he was a left brain and a right brain. So he was great with his hands. He could fix anything. He could make anything. But he also had this great creative side where he was just totally original person. But anyway, yeah.
Well, and Thomas says that he's here and watching, and it was a great performance.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Well,
you're getting a
I
lot of
guess I meant
applause
you.
here.
He probably
Bruce
meant you.
and a bunch of people.
Yeah, it was a great performance. That Pierce sucked, but he was
No,
great, man.
he meant you. He wrote it after your song. He wrote something nice about mine too, but I feel weird
Thank
reading
you.
my own compliments out loud.
Thank you.
But thank you, Thomas. Very sweet. I guess, should I play one and then you play one maybe, and then we'll call it
Yeah,
a
why
night?
don't you play one, then I can kind of wrap it up if you want.
Yeah, that sounds good. I think that feels right. Yeah. All right. Well, gosh, now I gotta figure out. I guess I'll do this one. I wrote this song for myself, really. For all of those like weird, terrible shows, not like at Passim, at other venues where the sound guy sucks and someone's being terrible to you, and you're just like, why did I get into this line of work? Like, I was smart. I could have gone back to school and got a master's degree, you know? Had great grades. And you're like, what am I doing with my life? So I wrote a song for those moments so that I could just like play this song and sort of remind myself. But it applies no matter what you do for a living, you know? Because I think we all have those moments. It's just about making it count. Well, the hype machine wants to sell you paint dripping. Genius in the subway trying to beat out a living. Music and money make the world go round in a fist fight. This time who's winning? Me, I'm laying here staring at the ceiling. Wanna play, wanna say something I believe in. Wanna bottle that firefly feeling, get this right. Make a rhyme, make a reason. Every time I'm singing, I find a line I can lean into. And I make it mean something, make it mean something.
Every time I'm singing, I find a line I can lean into, and I make it mean something, something, something true, something true. Running this road down more than a decade, trying not to sputter and die in the ashtray. One night only, whiskey for the lonely heartbreak, coffee for the headache, playing even when I can't win for losing. Never really feels like a thing I'm choosing. Mistakes and lucky breaks in good measure, composing music. Every time I'm singing, I find a line I can lean into, and I make it mean something. Gotta make it mean something. Every time I'm singing, I find a line I can lean into, make it mean something, something, something true, something true. 'Cause life is what you make it, so I don't have to take it as it comes. I can write a good one, make a rhyme, make a reason. Every time I'm singing, find a line I can lean into, make it mean something, make it mean something. Every time I'm singing, there's a lifeline I'm clinging to, something true. Thank you.
All right. Well, we're going to shut it down when I'll play another song I did not write. And I get to tell my Bob Dylan story. I think Bob Dylan is probably the reason I do this. He's the one to blame. But Bob's got a big birthday coming up. He's going to be 80 years old. Can you believe that? And it occurred to me, I recorded one of his songs years ago. I did this album in Nashville called State of Grace. And I mentioned Howard Finster. Howard was kind enough to let us use his painting on the cover of that. But at any rate, we were in the studio. It's a wonderful studio. In fact, it was one that T-Bone Burnett had used to do the music for Oh Brother, We're Out There. It was a great studio. So I was on top of the world at any rate. And Garry West was producing, and it was wonderful. And the last track was this Dylan song because, you know, it's like after you've sung your voice out now, this is like a rocker kind of thing. So we did the track, and I did the vocals, and we got everything done, and the engineer had just finished, and this was about this time of year, by the way, around April. The engineer had just finished a rough mix, a mix, and it just past midnight. And he sat up and says, "Hey, you know what? It's Bob Dylan's birthday. We just done a Dylan song, right? We just finished up with his song Down in the Flood. It's Bob Dylan's birthday. He's 60 years old." And we were like, 60 years old? Wow, he's really old, man. I can't believe it. Well, that was 20 years ago. So I'll play this for Mr. Dylan and any of his, anybody out there who loves him as much as I do. And thank you guys for tuning in. Crash on the levee, mama, water's gonna overflow. Hey, the swamp gonna rise, ain't nobody's gonna roll. Can't train on down to Williams Point, you can bust your legs, you can't rock this joint. Yeah, mama, don't you miss your best friend now. You better find yourself, oh, another best friend somehow. Don't try and lose me, you just gonna lose. I've been a crash on the levee, mama, you have been ready, yes. It's sugar for sugar, it's salt for salt. You go down in the flood, it's gonna be your fault. Ah, mama, don't you miss your best friend now. You better find yourself another best friend somehow. Mama, don't you let me down. Better pack up your suitcase. Mama, don't you make a sound. It's king for king, it is queen for queen. It's gonna be the meanest blood anybody's ever seen. Ah, mama, don't you miss your best friend now. Yourself another best friend somehow. You better find yourself another best friend somehow. You better find yourself another best friend somehow. Ah, you better find yourself another best friend.
That has to applaud silently. Yay! Wait, before we go, we have a tradition in the Pettis house, in the Pettis family. When we celebrate something, we have to toast that thing. Like, Dad, do you remember when I got my ACT scores back?
Yeah.
I remember I came home and I had good ACT scores, and I was like, Dad, I got a blah, blah, blah. And Dad was like, all right, sit down. And he busted out the good Jameson. And we had a shot of Jameson because he knew he wouldn't have to pay for college.
Yeah,
and,
damn right. And by the way, Owen just got his score. I think he's like a 36 or something crazy.
Yeah. He's insane.
He is the
he's
top
a genius.
Of his class.
He's a freakishly tall genius, and we're all very proud.
I don't know where he's going to go to college. We got a letter from
Anywhere
Harvard
he
the
wants.
other day.
I know he got a letter from Harvard.
Yeah, but,
I didn't even know Harvard sent mail.
But if we
Alabama.
had to pay for it, you can forget that crap. We're going to the state college, buddy.
I didn't even know they knew how to mail
paying
things
for Harvard
to Alabama, but they do apparently. Anyway,
oh, gosh, yeah, I knew kids from my high school that went there. Of course, they were rich. They were stinking rich. That's why they went there.
Well, so I don't know what you're drinking, but I'm drinking Balcones.
I think I'm drinking this little buddy right here. Oh, that looks good. What is that?
Balcones, the lineage.
I've never even heard of that. What is that?
It's some good Texas whiskey.
Texas whiskey. Well, I'll tell you what. Texas, when I first heard of Tito's, I thought, wait a minute, you're making vodka out of corn in Texas. Oh, that's going to be good. And it is. It's amazing.
And it is.
Though my favorite is Sobieski, which is Polish vodka, and it's dirt cheap, and it's so good. It's it rates higher than Absolute or Tito's in what is that magazine that rate the Wine Connoisseur, I guess. But anyway,
I thought you were gonna say like in turpentine abilities or something.
No, it's really good stuff. Poles make great vodka, and they make it out of grain, by the way.
Well,
the way it ought to be. I know Russians who prefer Polish vodka. That's how good it is.
Well,
cheers.
I gotta say, I gotta do the toast here.
All
To
right.
Pierce Pettis, my dad.
Aw.
He's a jolly good fellow, and he's turning 35 years old, and he's
35, yeah,
he's a
right.
beautiful man,
Twice.
and we're so glad he's here on his birthday. Happy
you.
birthday, Dad.
Thank you, Grace. I
Sláinte.
appreciate that. Sláinte, yeah. All right. I should have done that before I started singing.
And we hope you're all toasting with us, whatever you're
Yes.
drinking, even if it's apple juice, whatever it is, man.
Absolutely.
Enjoy. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thanks for all the love and all the great comments. And if you didn't
we
get to
love
hear
you guys, really.
Yeah.
You know what's great about this, Grace, is like when we go out on the road, we're playing for 30, 40 people, 50 if we're lucky, maybe. But when we do this, you get like 100 people watching from all over the world. I got a
That's
friend.
cool, isn't it?
My friend Chris watches from the UK. I got friends in South America. A friend of mine in where is he, in Venezuela watching, and I got all over, and which is pretty cool. No,
That's
he's
awesome.
in Argentina. I don't know where he is. He's somewhere down there. It all looks the same.
Far
to me,
from
on the
Bama.
map.
But, yeah, it is great. It is great. It's good. And thank you guys for spending your evening. I know it's Wednesday. It's a school night. Thanks for being here and supporting us. If you didn't get to hear your favorite Pierce Pettis song, never fear, because he's playing again in May on the interwebs. So,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
yeah, so you can find him, and maybe if you request it ahead of time, like if you send him an email or something.
Yeah,
he
well,
might
I've
actually do
forgotten
it.
some of those, and one of the songs that people wanted to hear that I have not done in a long time was "Envelopes of Light," and I've worked that
Oh,
out. So
wow.
I'm going to do that next time. And
God, what
I'll
was
do
that
some other
from?
ones.
The
That was from Chase the Buffalo.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
And
That's a
it had
deep
some
cut.
great lines in it. It's the one that has cicadas in the mist.
I've got to chase the buffalo over here
Yeah.
on the Pinaner.
Do you really? By the way, my friend John Flynn, if you're out there, John, and John and his brother lives in Boston, but Jeff Flynn, but John lives in L.A., and he and Mark Hurd were good friends. And John did the cover for Chase the Buffalo. And
Oh, I didn't know that.
He works
That's
for
cool.
Disney. He did that article in Disney Dads.
Oh yeah,
That
we
was
were in
John.
an article for everybody on for Disney dads.
But
Dad,
anyway,
you're a Disney dad.
I am, I guess.
That's supposed
But
to.
anyway, John, if
Well,
you're watching, hello.
We should stop just
Mr.
rambling
Flynn.
to ourselves because people got to go to bed. So
I gotta get back to Boston. You guys need to open that state up because I want to go back to Boston, especially in the fall. I love Boston in the fall. It's the best place on earth. Harvard Square is the best place in the world.
well, tell
be
Owen to go
in
to Harvard, and then he can
September,
go there all the
October.
time.
Yeah. No, he won't. He'll pretend he doesn't know me, I'm sure. He's hanging out with his snotty friends, But at any
Yeah.
rate,
No, he won't do that.
yeah, he will.
No, he
I
won't.
tell you, he sent me for my birthday. He sent me a text that said "Merry Christmas." Thanks, Owen. Thanks a pant load.
That's my brother.
Yeah. And your other brother sent me that Chippendales thing with the male strippers and doing happy birthday.
That's my brother.
That one creeped
you
me
raised,
out
You
to
raised
no
some
end.
Pettises, Dad. You,
That
you
one
did.
scared me.
It's all your fault. You only have yourself to blame.
I know. Well, I remember I wrote, when I found out Rayon was on the way, he was our oldest child, and I remember wrote in my little journal, I said, well, kid, you better have a sense of humor because you're going to need it. Your dad is a nerdy-well musician.
Aww.
And, I actually wrote, I should send that to him.
You should take a picture and send it to him.
Yeah, I have to find it first. He knows where it is.
Mm.
But anyway, well, listen, you guys are awesome. Thanks for letting us ramble. That's the thing I do love about the webcast because we get to just shoot the breeze and talk about stuff we normally wouldn't, on stage.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you're like part of our family, which in a way
Aw.
you really are. So thank you for that.
So sweet.
Yeah. All right, we'll
Alrighty.
say hi to Chris. Where is Chris?
Well, he went for a walk earlier, and he goes down to St.
Oh,
Ed's.
he went for a walk rather than to listen to the music. He went for Thanks, Chris.
You know, he
I
hears
played
a lot
that
of
song
my
and I
shows.
dedicated to him and his mom, and he went for a walk.
He went for a walk. Yeah, he goes and walks down to the university. It's his thing. I'm sorry,
No, tell Chris I said hi. He's great.
but I'm sure he'll replay
And
it.
thank
and
you,
watch
by
it
the way,
later.
for the book you guys sent. I love that author. Eric
Yeah,
Larson's
he's the
like
guy who
my
wrote
favorite.
the in the Garden of Beasts
Devil
and all
in the
the.
White City.
Yeah. What's his name again? I forget.
Dead Wake, which is a wonderful
That was
book
a good
about
one. Yeah, I
Lusitania.
like that one.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that one.
What's the guy's name?
Eric Larson.
That's the one. And what's the new book called again?
It's about Churchill, and I forgot. It's something.
But you didn't have it, right?
No, I did not. I didn't even know it was
win.
out. I didn't know he'd
Birthday
written another
win.
book.
I win birthdays.
Yeah, it's awesome. You send me great books, and I love that. I'm still finishing the one by the French, the guy with the French name, Dor. It's about the blind girl, the French girl.
Oh,
And
yeah.
the German
The
soldier. That's a great
the
book.
World War II one. Oh, what's it called?
Yeah.
Somebody knows, because this one was like on all the lists, like the
something
Oprah
about the
list
light,
and
something about the light.
all the light we cannot see.
All the light we cannot see. That
was
is
a good one.
Wonderful. And you know, it's a great book to read before you go to bed at night because the chapters are real short.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of like Devil in the White City because it bounces back and forth between these two.
It's so sensory, that book. Like it really,
Oh, God,
you
that
just
guy
you
is such a
can
great
really
writer.
experience it. It's very vivid.
Yes. And it's like, but it puts you in this wonderful state of mind, which is perfect for dreaming, you know.
It's like a dream. It is kind of like a dream state.
It's a really good book.
It's a great book. Yeah.
And
I'm glad you like
it.
it. I
reminds
really
me
love
of
that one.
Thinking of the Julie Pond and the, the Louvre and
Yeah. It makes you want to go to France
Paris.
for sure.
I want to go back to Paris.
Yeah. I want to go
really
anywhere.
want to go back to Italy. Italy's got to be my favorite
Italy's
place.
my jam as
I
well.
want to hang out with Fabrizio. He's like the coolest guy. Fabrizio's the funniest man I've ever known.
They don't know who he is. You have to tell them his full
Well, everybody in Italy knows who he is. This guy's a huge star now. He's like a comedian and a musician. And he's the head writer for kind of the Italian version of SNL, and which the name translates into something like Rotten Horses or something. I don't know.
The show's supposed to be over, but we're just gonna keep going.
But
so
it
keep
is
going.
huge in Italy. It's really it's funny in Italian, even if you don't understand the words. These guys are just funny as hell. And Fabrizio, I met him because he was a writer with Polygram in Italy, and I was a writer in Nashville, and we met at this retreat, and just got to be good friends. And he ended up coming over and literally living with my wife and me for like a year. And he ended up being like almost an uncle to Grace, and Grace was little. That was cool.
That was very cool.
And Grace, tell him about the story when you and Chris on your honeymoon.
Well, I was gonna say, like, before I say that, we had a lot of random, just international guests that kind of just would come and hang out in our little cabin in Alabama for weeks or months or whatever. They're just always songwriter friends of Dad's, or like Steve, the bass player from the UK, who showed up in like a giant fur coat and went to the Walmart asking to buy a gun because he just thought it was hilarious that you could buy guns at Walmart, and like, so he, with his British accent, he was just like,
he was trying to buy one.
I buy a gun. It was. And all of the, and this is a really small town. Everybody knows each other. And we're just in the Walmart. I'm just walking around. I was in high school.
This guy in a fur coat with all
and
his
he's in a fur coat. He
fingernails.
has like black nail polish, like, and he's in Fort Payne, Alabama, like in the Walmart asking to buy a gun. And like, I mean, there were a lot of looks.
British accent.
People were rightfully concerned.
I can't do his dialect, but he's
But
funny,
anyway, so you always filled our house with interesting people, and I'm
but
grateful
Fabrizio
for that.
was your
Yes.
Since the time he lived with us, he became super famous in Italy.
Yeah, that was
He
weird. So
sent me-
you guys started out as just like friends
We're
at
just
like
buddies,
some songwriting retreat, and they wrote some songs together. And Dad at the retreat was like, "Yeah, if you're ever in the U.S., look me up." And then
he
like one day
shows
he
up.
just showed up, and he just
They
was
wouldn't
there.
leave.
And then he was there for like half a year, and he
No,
just.
it was a year of
It was like
solid,
and he just lived in our house like
Whole
and
year.
my friends would come over like, oh,
And he
who's
didn't
that guy?
understand. He would do
That's
things.
Fabrizio. He's the Italian guy that lives in my house. Like it was.
He's funny as hell, but he didn't understand a lot of things. Like he thought you could put entire sandwiches in the toaster.
But that wasn't a cultural thing. That
nearly set our
because
damn house
even in
on
Italy
fire.
they know how to use toasters. That was just
it's
Fabrizio.
a wooden house. Fabrizio. But
Yeah,
anyway,
it's
he
made out
was
of logs,
wonderful.
dude.
I took him out to New Mexico on this road trip, and he's got a cowboy hat and boot. He's like, howdy, howdy,
Well,
and-
they make boots in Italy. I mean,
Well, I took
anyway.
him to Lucchese,
Lucchese's.
Italian, Lucchese, right? Italian, by the way, because Italians
Yeah.
make best shoes, either in Italy or in the U.S. Those Italian families started making boots, and they make the best cowboy boots in the world. Lucchese's, they don't even use nails; they sew them together, and oh, they're unbelievable. I have 2 pairs.
Well, you have that pair that was Poppy's, right?
I have a pair that belonged to my father. That there's no telling what those are worth. I have another pair that I ruined. But it had an eel skin, South American eel skin.
Weird.
And oh God, they were beautiful. But
Where
of
did
course
you get those?
I bought them. Got them at a boot store, But anyway,
well,
tell them about Fabrizio. This is the coolest thing. I
Yeah,
always
so
tell people
my
this.
husband and I, when we met when we were like literally teenagers, we were like, the one thing that we had in common is that we both really wanted to go to Italy. So that was enough, And so we dated for a couple of years, and we graduated, and like right after we graduated college, we got married. We were still basically children. I mean, our family calls it the improv wedding because it was very seat of the pants. It was like we forgot.
It was a great wedding.
It was a great wedding. It was a lot of fun, but like I forgot to buy shoes, And so the morning of the wedding, like a friend like went to Target and got me some shoes. It was that kind of wedding. Anyway, so we went to Italy for the honeymoon. We instead of like doing the registry thing that you do, like we basically just asked everybody to give us money so we could go to Italy. So everybody gave us money, and we went to Italy for like 2 weeks, and it was amazing. And we were just kids in Italy, and we looked up Fabrizio, and he took us out for like a couple nice dinners, and like we were at this table at some nice restaurant in Rome, and we were eating dinner, and just all of a sudden like these like teenagers came up to the table and just started like speaking really fast in Italian with like looks like this on their face, and he was like blah, 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 in Italian, and then he takes their phone and goes and like does the selfie and like gives it back, and then they go thank you, and they walk off, grazie, and then they walk off.
Huge
and
over
yeah,
there.
apparently he's like super famous there now.
When he first got famous, he sent me a text or an email, and all it said was, "Hey man, I'm effing rich." Which I thought was the best. What else could you say, right? I'm effing rich. Oh gosh, I remember using the F word around my mother.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. He used the F word
Because he didn't understand that there are
all the time.
appropriate and inappropriate places to say these
all
things.
the time, like in every sentence, like just everything had to have it was punctuated. No matter what the sentence
pie,
was.
Mrs. Pettis,
Yeah. Just, but it's like people just use it all the time over there, and like, and this was back in
Because
the
we
day.
taught it to him. That's why he used it all the time.
Man, it was like,
Just kicks asses. He would
and
say
like
that a
back,
lot.
however many years ago, like nobody said that word. It was like a,
Yeah,
not
well,
in
there's
public.
a reason. It's crude.
Well,
But
context
it's a
changes.
good English word. It's a good Anglo-Saxon word.
Yeah,
Has some
yeah.
history behind it, that's for sure.
I enjoy it. It's very versatile.
I'm sure you do. Let's not go there.
Well, I shouldn't tell that story. Okay.
No, you
Anyway,
shouldn't.
all right, moving on. This was
Thank you,
this
guys.
was fun. Cool. Anything else? Happy birthday.
No, everybody's at home saying, are they still there?
Give yourself a big
Why?
old hug for me.
Yeah, give me a
And
big...
are you gonna show us the kitty? Is the kitty nearby?
Grace, he's back behind stuff. I don't know if I
you
can
can't
get
get
to
to
him.
him.
Let me see if I can. No, there's tons of equipment between me and the kitty, because the mom moves him behind this amplifier I have over here, and it's like there's like a keyboard, and there's like my mixer and this huge crate.
My dad's
thing.
cat Aretha had a baby kitten.
But it's a
but
boy,
we
thank
can't.
God. And
Why?
well, because if it's a girl, you got to pay $100 to get the thing fixed.
Oh yeah.
That's why. And so, but that would be great.
I mean, you should probably get him fixed either way, but.
No, I need to
okay.
get Aretha fixed for sure because he keeps having kittens. Either that or shoot the local tomcat.
Well, it takes 2 cats to tango, Dad.
I know. That's why this gray cat keeps showing up. And next thing I know, we got kittens.
All right.
That's
Well.
why I've been wanting to kill that cat, but I guess that would be wrong. My neighbors probably wouldn't like that.
Well, anywho, this has been fun. Adventures in Bama.
That's right.
Good times. Okay, good night, everybody.
Good night. Good night.